is taking over investing. I think most people probably expected this to happen, myself included, but my mind was still blown after going down the rabbit hole. Reading all the articles from investing firms like BlackRock and Vanguard, the advantages that they get from AI are intimidating. But I'm also hopeful because I think I'm onto something. But before I share that, grab a drink, take a seat. Let's talk about this. What's up, y'all? It's Brian. I'm excited to show y'all my step-by-step workflow using ChatGPT to go from I have no idea what I want to invest in to here is the best company that I think is going to explode. The first step for me is often the most difficult. Every now and then I'll have that eureka idea where I'll come across a company in my life and I'll be like, whoa, this is a great company. I need to look into this company. So for me, I like to perform a discounted future free cash flow analysis. Now that takes some work. So unless I have a company in mind that I strongly think is going to do well in the future, I can't just do that analysis for every company. I have to have some way to narrow them down. And so that's the first step that I want to show you. I'll get on Google and I'll look at top trending topics in the US. And the link that I like to use is Exploding Topics. I think they do a great job of not just picking what's temporarily on top, but what is going to be a sustained trend. They give me 100 different trending topics. If I was going to try to analyze all of these on my own, it would take forever. So I'm just going to copy this list and put it into ChatGPT. Now for this first one, I'm going to use ChatGPT 4.0. This is the one that doesn't have any restrictions on how many queries I could do in a week. The more powerful one, ChatGPT 01, I'm restricted to 50, but I'm going to showcase both of these so we can see how the answer changes depending on how powerful the ChatGPT is. And then at the top, I'm going to give it my query. What are the common themes hidden in this list of trending topics? What are the implications for products, services, and investing? Boom. Okay, so ChatGPT is just taking my list of 100 ideas, and now it is formulating a response based on the common themes hidden in that list of trending topics. So ChatGPT 01 found 10 common themes, just like ChatGPT 4.0, and it gave me 10 implications for investing as well. So if I go to the synopsis at the bottom, trending topics reflect a dynamic interplay between tech, social media, health consciousness, and environmental awareness. I'm curious about AI and health. What are the trending products at the intersection of AI, tech, and health, we'll say? I was thinking for a long time. I'm hoping for a really good answer. Okay, ChatGPT thought for 34 seconds. Okay, so the first one is Ultrahuman. Ultrahuman is a health and fitness platform that leverages AI and wearable technology to monitor health. And that's actually really interesting. So wearable health technology, straight away, I think that's a cool product to dive into. So then we got AI voice generation, note-taking, image enhancer. For the implications for products, services, and investing, we got personalized medicine, telehealth, healthcare data analytics, AI-enhanced medical devices, and mental health services. What are the publicly traded companies that offer wearable health technology? So ChatGPT gave me 20 different companies. However, after going through this list, there are only 15 that I can really use. Some of them it had on here twice. So for instance, Garmin comes up and Google comes up twice, and then Samsung. I don't know if I can actually buy Samsung shares in the US, so I'm going to exclude it from the list. But still, 15 companies is pretty extensive. For the next step, I'm going to use a new GPT. So if you look over here at the top left, you can explore GPTs. I've already got this one picked out. This is a stock analysis GPT. It specializes in financial statements and earnings reports. It's already got access to a lot of those things, so I don't have to download it and then put it into the GPT. Rank the following companies in terms of financial health. using their latest, quarterly report. And then I've got my list of companies. So I just copied the stock tickers for 15 of those companies that I want to use, and I'm pasting that in. So I'm having ChatGPT, the stock analysis version, rank that list of 15 companies in terms of financial health, because I'm trying to see which ones I can eliminate from that list. Ideally, I want to just look at the top 2 or 3 that have the strongest financial metrics. ChatGPT is able to look at all of their financial statements and rank them in terms of relative financial strength. Just makes my job way easier in terms of narrowing down companies. That way, I don't have to perform a long future cash flow analysis on every single one. It took ChatGPT a couple minutes, but it came up with a relative list of financial strength. Alphabet, which is Google, and Apple both have a very high financial stability. Garmin has high financial stability. Dexcom has high, but it has some business concentration risks. Abbott has macroeconomic pressures. And then after that, we go down from high to moderate to high. So the top 3 are clearly Apple, Alphabet, and Garmin. So from here, I'm looking to narrow down this list to just one company that I'm going to perform a discounted future cash flow projection to see if it is a good time to invest. So the way I like to narrow that down is I like to look at how are each of these companies' free cash flow growing and what is the free cash flow compared to their stock price. And the reason I like to use free cash flow over earnings is because earnings can be reduced by things like depreciation, by amortization. So free cash flow is a better representation of how much money a company has that it can put towards growth. Some companies will pay off debt with their free cash flow, they'll expand into new markets or building new facilities, or they can pay a dividend. So it really depends on what the company's management thinks is the best path forward in terms of creating the most value. But in all cases, the pool of money that they're starting with is the free cash flow. I want to see how much free cash flow do they have, how much are they able to grow that free cash flow in the future, and what is their share price compared to their free cash flow. The way that I like to pull this information off the internet is by going to stockanalysis.com. In my opinion, they have the best information on these companies. So you go to financials, and I have the paid version for stock analysis. And so it goes back 10 years, but if you have the free version, it goes back 5 years. 5 years is plenty. So on the cash flow tab, I can scroll down to see the free cash flow. So just quickly looking, I can see that Google's cash flow is going up substantially. In 2018, it was 22.8 billion, and now in 2023 it is 69 billion. So lots of free cash flow growth. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this entire Excel workbook. So if I click download and bulk download, it gives me access to the income sheet, the balance sheet, the cash flow sheet, and all the ratios. Now that I've downloaded the Excel information for Google, I can showcase the third and I think the most impressive ChatGPT tool that I've come across. On ChatGPT, you can explore different GPTs. I found this one by going into the research and analysis, and Excel AI is right there. So I'll just click it and start chat. One thing I learned is that I have to click data analysis mode. I went down the rabbit hole once, not in data analysis mode, and it was making all kinds of mistakes. So definitely learned that one the hard way. But now that data analysis mode has been enabled, I can upload the Google financials. And then I'm gonna start by having ChatGPT or Excel GPT plot for me a graph or a line chart of Google's free cash flow over the last 5 years, and then I'm gonna have it plot a line of best fit. I have attached, we'll use the ticker, Google financial documents, make a chart showing the annual free cash flow for the last 5 years. plot a line of best fit and use the endpoints to calculate the compound annual growth rate. So the reason I'm having it use the line of best fit to calculate the compound annual growth rate is because the free cash flow for companies is often pretty jagged. One year they'll be good, one year it'll be worse, but the line of best fit will kind of capture the flow of how the company is improving over the years. And then I want to see the compound annual growth rate to understand what is the return that this company is going to give me. His stock price might go up and down throughout the years, but that could be largely based off of the market reaction to certain events. It may not be coinciding with Google's intrinsic value. So I want to know how much is their free cash flow actually going up, and this chart will help me visualize that. Here's Google's free cash flow for the last 5 years, 2019 through 2023, along with a trend line representing the line of best fit. The compound annual growth rate over this period is approximately 22.39%. That's an awesome return, especially considering the average annual return or the compound annual growth rate for the S&P 500 is sitting around 10%. So now I'm going to perform this same calculation for the other two companies and see how they compare. To do that, I'm just going to upload to ChatGPT the same Excel files, and then I'm going to ask ChatGPT to perform the same operation for these other two companies. And we'll see if it can do the same thing again. Once again, Excel ChatGPT did a great job, calculated the compound annual growth rate for Garmin at 19.45 and Apple at 14.03. So right now, Google, in terms of past performance, is looking the best. It's been able to grow at a better rate than Apple and Garmin. So the next thing I want to do is I want to compare the price of the current companies to the free cash flow that they're putting out. This is similar to a price to earnings ratio, but again, I like to use the free cash flow over the earnings because I think it's a little bit more telling as to how the company is actually doing. Make a chart for all three companies, showing the price to free cash flow ratio over the last 5 years. In 2023, Garmin is the cheapest in terms of free cash flow per market value of the company. So just to recap, in terms of past performance, Google had the best past performance. In terms of current price, Garmin has the best price. And then in terms of financial health, Garmin has the lowest in terms of financial health. In terms of future growth, I did this research based on trends. So these companies are all trending in terms of AI technology and wearable health technology. So future growth should be good. So taking all of that in conjunction, Google is my pick out of these three for which one has the best combination of financial health, growth potential, past performance, and currently a good price. However, sometimes inspiration just hits and I have a specific company that I want to evaluate. I don't need to compare it to other companies. I don't need to start with a trend analysis or a stock screener. I have a company in mind and I want to know, is it a good time to invest in that company right now? If that's the case, the best tool for the job is the discounted free cash flow model. I have a video on how to use it right here. Check it out. Catch you on the flip side.